so that's recording, that's on. Okay. I'm going to put my thing live. Okay. Hey, nice. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
We are going to talk about the 64 weeks of nonviolence, and then we're also going to stop and then come back with you and do the fitness thing. So this week's thing is contemplation. And do you want to read the kids part and then the adult part? Oh, I'm sorry, baby. And then we'll start from there.
Okay. For at least 3 minutes, relax, breathe, and let your mind be fed by whatsoever is good and beautiful. Sacred scripture states, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is."
So I think that's why it's so important to, like what you think and believe is what you become.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be able to forgive yourself daily and just start over new, whatever your situation may be.
Because contemplation is, I guess, like
meditation. Like I always feel
make
like,
a choice, an idea of choices.
Yeah. Contemplate about your life and about the different things that you want to do.
Goals. I guess it's the first step to goals too.
Yeah, and I was thinking like you were saying yesterday, like contemplation can be good and bad. Like you can be a worrier, so you're constantly contemplating about negative things, or you can be a dreamer or a planner and be doing
consumed
that
sometimes, or you can be super consumed.
Yeah, and you have to learn to let go too, otherwise you'll never go to sleep. This thing keeps messing. I'm sorry. So contemplation, like what did it say for kids?
Sit quietly, listening to nothing but your breath for as long as you wish.
Oh, that's good. Make all your kids do that. Be real quiet in the house.
I don't think it'd be that long if they decide.
All right. So when I was thinking about contemplation, like it made me think about what people, how people are always like, why don't you meditate on this scripture, and things like that. So that's what I think of when I think of contemplation. I think a lot of like meditation, like in a positive way, evaluating something or setting goals or making plans. So I think of that. And then I had like a little definition that I had for you guys. And here I just wrote down like reading scriptures. And like a lot of times, like what I used to do when I used to go to church, like whatever those scriptures were that they talked about in church, I would write them down. And then I would like reread them every day till the next week I went to church. Like really like meditating, contemplating, like thinking, like how does it apply to you? How could you use this, for something better for yourself? So I was thinking of that, and then I was like self-reflection, journaling, that's all contemplating too. You know what I mean? Goal setting, I don't know. And then we said the negative part of contemplation would be worrying and over-planning and overthinking and being consumed with things that you can't even do anything about.
Yeah.
So, what is it? The babies are supposed to
listen to their breath.
Yeah. So then I was thinking a lot of times like good meditation has like breaths in it where you breathe in, breathe out, hold your breath. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like that really falls in line with that. So, I just encourage everybody, like, try to contemplate in a negative way about whatever it is that you're trying to do in your life. However, or an area that, because usually it's best to, like, think of one area at a time that you really want to work on. Like, when I was really, really working on myself, I just focused on what is the one area in my life that would make me a better person every single day, and for me it was forgiveness. So I worked a lot on forgiveness, because it's easy to say, like, I'm going to forgive people and myself, but it's actually like some work.
Really hard. It is.
Yeah, so you have to constantly be working on it, and then when you're really working on that for a while, then it becomes an easy thing because you're like, that's done. Because a lot of forgiveness is letting go. Like I'm not going to contemplate on it. I'm not going to talk about it with everybody in the village, and like forgiveness means letting go. So I like that part. I think it's good to practice this with your children too, because sometimes it's hard for them to be still. And being still is a good thing in life. To learn, it's part of like learning to be with yourself as well. Like some kids have a hard time they can never be by themselves. Oh my gosh, are you really gonna have a fit? I think so. So did you have anything else you want to add on contemplation? Oh, yeah, I had this definition thing. I didn't know if you wanted to read it.
I can read it. Contemplation, the action of looking thoughtfully at something for a long time. Viewing, regarding, examination, inspection, observation. Those are a couple. And again, synonyms was thought and meditation, consideration. So,
Yeah. I know this isn't really what we're talking about, but another thing about contemplation is like those people that are stalkers on Facebook. They're just constantly figuring out ways to get on your scroll.
like, let me check and make sure.
But okay, we're just going to leave you guys with that. So this week, just really try to contemplate on some things that are focusing on the areas in your life that you want to improve, whatever area in your life that is. I mean, I always think one step at a time, make a choice and then stick with that, because really working on something is like a long process.
Yes.
It's when you're like, oh, I'm going to work on this, and the next day wake up and be like, I got it done, that probably means you really haven't addressed it.
The situation.
Yeah. So we'll let you guys go, and then we'll come back in a minute here with fitness, okay? Thanks. Peace. Will you press finish? I don't want to squish my baby. Now stop this.